Hello pool players, I want to share two things within today's video that's going to be very helpful to you in your game. The first is a scenario that I ran into the other night when I was playing 8-ball and I was on my last shot, needed to get shape on the 8. Pretty cool view I'm going to show you here because we're going to look at this shot in slow motion so we can learn the physics. I'm also going to share the do's and don'ts about this shot. Now secondly, I want to share with you something that was given to me a year and a half ago by a pool pro down in Miami, Florida by the name of Tony Robles. What you're going to hear is going to be extremely helpful to you in your game when it comes to competition. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first shot that I want to show you. Got the slow motion camera set up, and then we'll talk about what Tony had to say. So this shot is known by some players, but a lot of players don't know it. I can see the edge. It is a pocket hanger, not a difficult shot. So now let's take a look at the do's and don'ts about this shot. So now we're going to take a look at the correct and incorrect ways we shoot this shot. I first want to show you how I strike the cue ball. Notice here I'm hitting pure side spin, and in this case it's left side spin. And with this shot angle, I'm looking for a quarter ball hit. Hitting this much of the ball is important because there's a difference with our position play if we hit it too thick or too thin. Additionally, speed has a lot to do with these shots as well, so I try to hit them at medium speed. Medium speed allows the cue ball to bite the cushion better. And here's another attempt at the same shot, and this time I pull the cue ball right along the cushion, which is perfect. One thing you want to guard against is hitting the ball too thin, and in this case you see I run right into the 8-ball, presenting a hard shot. So the takeaway on these shots is to practice them so that you get the speed and the amount of hit on your object ball judged correctly. Now let's move on to tip 2. So now let's talk about the second tip that was given to me by Tony Robles a year and a half ago. You know, I was playing tournaments and I was struggling just a little bit with my consistency. So I reached out to Tony and I was telling him about what was going on. And he said, you know, there is something that I can suggest to you that works for me. And this is something he had done for a long time. He says, get yourself a notepad, and that after every match that you're playing, either on tournaments or in league play, write down the good, bad, and the ugly of that match. And I thought about that. You know what? That makes sense. A little bit of extra work to do, but it can be very beneficial. So initially, I got to confess, I didn't do it right away. But I had that in the back of my mind, and then eventually I started to write things down. But then it dawned on me that I have a smartphone, and I went ahead and downloaded an app that's just Notes. It's called Notes. It's free, and that made it a little bit easier yet because then I didn't have to write things down or keep a notepad with me. I always had my phone anyway, so I just simply used voice command, and I put down, and I'm going to show you my last match as to the things that bother me, that hold me back from being more consistent, and you'll see it here. So this is a good way to go about this. I really thank Tony Robles about this because it is something that really truly works. It helps us internalize what we really are having issues with. Okay, we can look back at it and we can simply work on those items. Even before the next match, we can look at this and be reminded as to those things that we really do have to pay attention to. Like in my case, coming back too quick with my cue, it messes up my timing, causes inconsistency in my pocketing, and so forth. So wanted to share these two things today for you guys. I think that both the spin shot into the corner as well as keeping notes while you're playing a match or in a tournament or in league play will be very, very beneficial to you. So if you guys have any questions or comments about this, please leave them. And also let me know if it's something that you already do, because I do know that there is another player in my area that is an actual instructor, and he just told me recently that he has kept notes for a long time and it's very helpful. And I thought that was very good to hear because I'll bet there are other players out there as well. So let me know if it's something that you do. Now, the other thing, like last video, like I asked you guys, please share this video. It's going to be very helpful for my channel. That's the best thing that you can do for me. We both win. I provide you free pool lessons, free tips, things like that, methods and techniques, and then you guys share my video. It gets out there to more pool players, and that helps, like I say, with my channel's growth. Now, if you want to see another great video, check out this one right here, and until next time, like I always say, keep on practicing.